Hello, friends. We have cookies today. But before we jump into cookies, we're gonna have to taste that tiramisu. Now, I did taste it this morning, I have to say. It won't be my first taste, but I'm still gonna eat some on stream. I'll grab that out of the fridge, but I'm gonna get some butter. Let's see how much butter we actually need for what we're doing today. Five sticks. More than a box. Let's see what we got. Well, it's okay. We always get where we're gonna go eventually. You know what I'm saying? It might just be freezer butter. I can definitely do 2 of these with the butter that I have out. So let me grab the tiramisu and I will see what we're gonna do for the rest of it. I wanted to make 3 sets of cookies. We're definitely making sugar cookie dough. I'm going to bring that to my aunt's house in Dallas for my cousin's engagement party. So I'm making a cookie pizza, fruit pizza, yeah. Fruit pizza, but it has a cookie base, sugar cookie base. So it's super good. And I'm gonna make the dough here and then we'll bring it up. And I'll make the frosting and the fruit and stuff there. Because riding for hours in the car just to get like fresh fruit there in a cooler, it's just easier to go to the store there. So that'll work. Hopefully, we'll see. And then we're definitely making some comfort food cookies today for me because I want some comfort food cookies. No reason. Well, the normal reason actually, I'll say that. Normal reason, sometimes I get grumpy and I have a cookie and then feel better. Yeah, it's probably a blood sugar issue. Yeah, it's probably also mental and emotional, but it's a cookie. It'll be all right. So I have Anzac biscuits and ginger nuts ready to go. These are my favorite cookies right now by far. But I'm gonna get a fork and eat this little piece of tiramisu. Whoop. Just throwing things around. See where we can get with this. Oh, so I will show it to y'all. Oh yeah. So of course I didn't change anything at all and Stream Deck doesn't work today. So that's super exciting. So I can't switch scenes easily. But y'all can see the lady fingers that we made. And so that's really cool to me because I wasn't really sure they were gonna work. And they worked out well enough to soak up Kahlua and coffee. It's nice. And it's mostly, you definitely get coffee right away because the Kahlua and the espresso both bring those flavors. And then it's just creamy, rich and creamy. And sweet. You definitely get sweet, but it comes later. Sweet's not the first thing you get. And I like that with this dessert because it's not a punch in the face, which I love a sugary punch in the face. Don't really punch me in the face, please. I do enjoy some very sweet sweets sometimes. Give me a marshmallow and a torch and I'm happy. But this one is more rich and it stays that way. Most of what you keep in your mouth is not, hello Max, how are you? You don't get a sugary aftertaste, you get a whipped cream aftertaste, which I feel is pretty good. So, tiramisu, success. And my afternoon snack. If I had made half of it without mascarpone, I'd be curious because I can never pull the mascarpone taste out of the whole dessert itself, you know? I am great, thank you, Max. I wasn't great, but when I get on stream, I'm actually great. Also, dessert helps. But, see, that was nice. So I gave part of it to my friend who came over today. So I hope she's having hers as well. Anything new with you, Max? What's going on? How are things? I'm glad you're great. You know, it's always nice when people are, you know, doing well. Good to see. I feel like good vibes. Not always the way it is, but when you can get it, it's pretty good. All right, that's gonna go back in the fridge. And we'll see. I have my phone hanging out here like I'm gonna do something with it. Let's put that over there. Gosh, I don't think I have a canteen. I'm not Connie, oh my gosh. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Your name is on one of my recipes that I looked at a couple days ago. What was it for? I went through a lot of recipes and I had written your name on one. So that was quite fun because I was like, oh yeah. But today, Emily from Emily Bakes and Mortdahl have provided 2 of the 3 recipes. Well, and then Michelle for the ginger nuts. So we've got 3 people from Twitch who suggested these recipes, and I've made them and I love them, and I'm making them again today. So, how you doing, Connie? Let me see. You know what I didn't check? Didn't check anything. What I think I'm seeing actually is that oh, it just started working. I was gonna say my Spotify banner is not working. Can y'all hear Spotify? A huge tree in the Tsukumori forest from my neighbor something. Everything's all truncated. Anyway, let me know if you can hear Spotify. I'm gonna get the bowl. Internship is going great as well. Should be Linzer Tort. Yeah, it was Linzer Tort. Very well. We pulled that out for the Pirate Pie Party last Friday. But I ended up making, I think I made not enough crust. And I used my really big tart pan. And so the crust on the bottom was too thin. All the jam and the cream cheese soaked into it. Still, good times, good times. Oh, Max, yes, please send me another terrible British school recipe. That one was so good. I am still shocked. Like, yeah, the custard was shady, but it was good. And the concrete, I was like, this isn't gonna work. I was pressing it in like, this isn't gonna work. It's not gonna, I don't understand how this is gonna work. And I baked the heck out of it like you do. And it was great. It was good. It was so sweet. I mean, like, that's the punch in the face sugary that I'm talking about, right? Like, oh, the first ingredient's for sure sugar, but I'm going to keep eating it. It was really good. So if you have another classic, Max, that you would remember fondly, you let me know. Because there's a ton on that website that you sent me. I'm a little bit afraid to make some of them, though. So tell me what's good for you, and I'll put that in the schedule, too. That'll be fun. I think it was still awesome in taste. That's so important. Yes, Connie, that's true. You know what? Most of the stuff that has failed because, well, egg whites, which I just learned yesterday how wrong I've been doing them, or like consistency, but flavor's been pretty good. We feel like we've been okay on flavor here, so I like that. I mean, that's something. I'll take it. I'm gonna get out some bowls, and I'm gonna get out a Sprite Zero. You know, I'll just get one that's not cold. It's fine. It's cool enough in the house because it's still hot here and the AC is still running. So there's that. Egg white. I was overbeating it so much, and I didn't realize, because like when you beat whipped cream, the stiff peaks have to be stiff, like really stiff, and not fall over and just stay up. You know what I'm saying? And I was beating my eggs that much, and I was overbeating them. So like on stream yesterday, I'm beating them. I'm like, this, it's still not where it's supposed to be. And like 2 different people in chat were like, no, stop. So that's why a lot of my egg white stuff has been failing, is because I've coagulated the egg protein so much that it squeezed out all the water, which is not good. And I saw it doing that, and I was just like, why does it do that? I did exactly what the recipe said. No, I had a very poor understanding of egg whites. I know, right? Seriously, I was, the egg white rights people are gonna come to my house like, we see what you've done. We have video evidence. No more of that. I have been corrected. I will make a change. We can probably use one bowl for all of this. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. I will have to nuke. Well, I'm gonna go grab, I should have butter in the freezer. Yes. Ooh, I have half of the brie wheel in the freezer too. I should get that out. But not today. I'll get it out on Monday when I do most of my planning stuff. And then I'll plan to eat it. I love brie. You would suggest Cornish pasties, but they're savory. I don't mind savory. I really don't. I was actually thinking today of how I can get a savory shortbread and put the Everything Bagel Trader Joe's mix into it. So savory is totally great. And the funny thing is, it's okay if it's not even a bake. Like yesterday, tiramisu, I baked the lady fingers, but you don't bake tiramisu. So I'm not super like, yes, I bake a lot. Yes, it's kind of a thing I do. Yes, I'm known for sweets for good reasons, but that's fine. I used to make dinner on stream quite a bit until recently. Our schedule changed enough. I had to make some changes there. That's okay though. Everything is fine. Oh, speaking of, I know I'm just a little bit all over the place. I need to see, yep. I just needed to see where the cheese was, because if it wasn't where I thought it was, I would need to get some out of the freezer, but it is. It's okay. What do you put in a Cornish pasty anyway? Because all I remember is it's like an empanada. It's like a hand pie, right? Beyond that, like you could probably put anything in it and I would believe you that that's how they're supposed to be. To be like lamb or chicken or beef or Cornish game hen. I mean, Cornish pasties. But yes, that'll be fun to do. We had leek pie a couple days ago, but it was 4 minutes and too long and the top was burnt. Oh no. Like dark brown burnt or like black charcoal burnt? Because I'll eat dark brown burnt, but charcoal, it's a little too much. All right, I'm just gonna cube up the butter and we'll give it a very quick nuke so that it's softened. Today, you know, a lot of days I'm like, oh, I should start getting ingredients out. And sometimes I do. But today, until 3 minutes before stream, I was talking to Irish and to my brother-in-law about some like temporary work I can do in Excel for my brother-in-law and all that stuff and how logistics would go. Because, you know, Irish likes his expectations very clearly set. Like, I will work from these hours to these hours. I will not let you guys starve. I don't know that he's really worried about that, but he does like expectations. So we try to make sure everything is legit. Beef, potatoes, sweet onions, lots of salt and pepper. Ah, yum. That's so funny. Cancer Black Sally. Don't eat that one, Connie. Yeah, no. Can't eat that. Unless it's on a marshmallow, then occasionally I'll make an exception. But other than that, no. Is a sweet a turnip? I feel like they could be the same, but I feel like they could be different. And I'm just, there have been so many things in the last few weeks where I've been asked to remember things from 30, 35 years ago. And I'm just drawing a blank, like, you know, maybe there's a reason. My brain cleaned out some stuff. Like, it's been a long time. Hello, Ada. Bacon on a marshmallow. No, no, but okay. If you're going to say bacon every time I come in here, I'm gonna have another bacon week. It's fine. We'll do that. I don't buy bacon anymore. I used to have bacon in the house constantly, and Irish his digestion gets really upset by it now, so I just don't. Like, I don't make it enough to keep it in the house. Otherwise it goes green, and green bacon's not the good stuff. Hello, Ginger Cookie Extravaganza. Well, I do have 3 recipes for cookies out and another one on the back counter. So I feel like we should make a lot of cookies today. I feel like it's that kind of day. One of them I definitely need. I'm starting with that one, but the rest of them I just kind of want to make and eat. So that's why we're here. It's close to turnip, but I think they're different. Yeah, Max, I think you're right. That's feeling right from what I remember. So I will probably only be able to source a turnip and not a Swede, but I will do my best with that. I mean, I can get beef, potato, and onions, hopefully all day long, like, should be good, so. And thank you for the oi, attaboy. How are you? Ginger, you guys on tonight? Got plans, cookie plans, I would assume? Maybe not, change it up. With the machine next to the fridges, it is an ice machine, yes. Yes, Connie, this is the bougie ice maker, we call it. It makes pellet ice, which, hang on, let me not put in the wrong time and melt the butter. That would be sad. Ginger, you are on, okay, awesome, cool, we'll see you there later. So we call it Sonic ice, like, because Sonic has the pellet. Just gonna crunch it. See though? Oh, did I blow out my camera again? I didn't change this one. It's doing okay contrast. It's the crunchy. It's to not break your teeth ice. So. I'm gonna have to crunch it, sorry. Not sorry, it's so satisfying. But it's our ice maker in our fridge doesn't actually work. It makes ice and then it melts the ice and then freezes the melted ice into the ice maker chamber, and then it rings a little alarm, and then I have to leave my fridge doors open for 20 minutes while it defrosts itself. In the meantime, my fridge is open for 20 minutes, so no, I turned it off. We got that instead, and it's really nice. That's the whole story of the bougie ice maker. Save some ingredients for doing a small batch from scratch. Oh, I can bake along. Oh, that's fun. That sounds really good. Y'all, I put 2 sticks in. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, I'm you know how you're like, no, I'm having a totally fine normal day, and then you get here and you're like, how many sticks of butter is in there? I've lost my mind. Maybe that's a little bit of how I feel. Okay, I'm gonna put it in for 10 more. Not quite soft enough. I know, for months I was like, I had the butter soft by the time I got here. No, now I'm like, oh, it's 4 p.m. I should go do a stream, and then I get ready. You think you have about 11 pounds of bacon? You're gonna have to do candied bacon, yes. Well, I've heard the creme de lish candied bacon is excellent, so if you have some of that or are planning on getting some of that anyway, it would be cool to check it out. Otherwise, just candy away, you know? Good stuff. All right. I didn't really candy bacon. I put it in everything. I made the caramel. That caramel was so good. Like stupid good. Ridiculously breaking all the rules of how I try to mindfully eat good. That kind. Would I say that everything is fine? Nothing is ruined? I might. You should do Ada, yeah, get on it. Just tell us when it is and we'll all come. All right. It's still not quite as soft as soft, but it's fine. The recipe you found for pasty says North America Swedes are sometimes called, oh, rutabaga. I don't know that I've ever looked at the store for the rutabaga. But you're right, Max. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they probably have some, right? Reese, hello. It's tomorrow someone's birthday. It is Irish's birthday tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to stream early and I'm going to make him a cake. That's my big plan. So, a carrot cake. Connie, you have a white thread. Oh, you know. Okay, so I'm making myself a mummy costume. And it does this on purpose because it's a mummy costume. It just means, it just means that I have thread everywhere. Thank you. I appreciate that. I would have looked at the VOD like, oh, why did no one tell me? I mean, I walk around that way in my life, really. We're in that place though, where like, if you're around somebody and you're like close enough to them and they have a tag sticking out, you're like, I'm just gonna awkwardly touch you to tuck your tag back in your shirt. Like it's not uncommon. So, all right, I'm gonna make it again. 12 seconds is the perfect answer. Oh, and Irish is on a HOA call, so bad vibes. So even if you were here, it's hard. It's hard to deal with people who are, I won't go into it anymore. We don't need that kind of negativity here. We all do sometimes. You're making a mommy costume, you're dressing up like Leslie. You got blue hair, Ginger. See, I thought that'd be funny if I streamed on Halloween or close to Halloween with my mummy costume, because y'all call me mom, so I'd be like the mommy mummy, and it would be funny. And I know, it's terrible. That's okay. As soon as you said HOA, I understood. Yes, Reese. Yeah, like if any of y'all have any doings with the HOAs, it's a thankless job, and the people you encounter, it makes you question your faith in humanity and how people can live for, several decades and be garbage cans. That's a horrible thing to say. I'm sorry. Mostly sorry. Oh, Reese, thank you so much. No, that's okay. You don't have to catch me. I know. You've been streaming a lot too. We were talking about that in Irish's chat, because Reese is on a trajectory. He's doing great. I also haven't come in to see you lately. I think the last one I actually caught and I wasn't lurking completely was Red Dead, so that's been a while. But I know we all have the best intentions, so I appreciate that. A mummy costume. I'm going to be British, and I'm going to have a little bob, and I'm going to... Because that's how British people are, right? No. Literally none of them that I know. Hard to bake with the threads coming off the costume. On the other hand, you could use as dental floss after eating. I don't know how crazy it's going to be. I also don't know what I would make on Halloween. Like, spider cupcakes are a thing, right? We could do that. We'll have to brainstorm it, and we can keep talking about it. But that's true. If I am like dangling thread, maybe I'd have to be back here, so there wouldn't be... Yeah, I mean, the occasional cat hair, yes, but like linen threads going everywhere, probably not. It's not linen, it's the name of a fabric that I can't remember right now. See, this is why people are like, oh, well, now you can give blood again because you lived in the UK between these years, and so you're old enough that you probably don't have mad cow disease. And I'm like, you might want to check, but you can't check without cutting my brain open, so no thanks. But also, like, sometimes I feel like I have questions. Are all the bits of my brain there? Because it doesn't always feel like it. So, you had to walk like a mummy with the arms outstretched. Yes. Yes. Do they say brains, or is it just zombies? Because they both walk like that. Although I was going to do like Egyptian face paint because they're famous. Not the only culture for mummifying, but pretty darn famous and big part of the mythology and well known and stuff. So I was going to do like the coal eye makeup and that kind of stuff. And then I could be like a really cool Egyptian dead lady with no organs. They all came out through my nose. You know, the ones that aren't important, like the brain and the heart and the lungs. What do we need next? We have butter. We have all the butter, so good. Vanilla, flour, and sugar. I have plenty of that. Vanilla, sugar, and we'll get our AP flour. I did realize that I just need to put in every grocery order. Like on my weekly grocery order, I just need to put in another 5-pound bag of flour. This is 5 pounds. It fills this up. I go through this in a week with y'all. No regrets. Not complaining. Just like, cool. Although Irish was finally like, you make so much food. Like, the neighbors are just living off of what you make them. And I'm like, they're not going to be very well. But he was like, who else can you donate food to? And I don't know if you guys have this in your area, but I found out recently you can actually go drop off food at the fire station, and they were super happy about it. So we have a fire station really close. I might end up seeing if there's like a good time I can drop off sweets and snacks for them so that I'm not inundating my neighbors with all of the food, and then, or my friends. If my friends are over, I'm like, take all of this away from me. And they do, because they love me. All right, we're gonna do 90 grams. See, everybody's a little bit different. This one says 90 grams, half cup. I say 100 grams is half cup. So maybe I'll do 95. Actually, when Emily sent this to me, she sent it in grams. I'm just gonna do what she says. Even though it's different because it's already been translated to grams. Easy. Warrior Queen, hello, how are you? Mummies normally just want you to leave a certain place like a grave, if we can believe film and TV. Leave my elaborate tomb with paintings and dogs. That's very serious. Like, that's why my arms are out. I'm like, no, stop. I'm not a good mummy, obviously. Got to work on that. I love that I printed off like how to make it, or the ingredients. I print off the ingredients, and the rest of it I'm like, shit. I assume I mix it. I assume I cream it together like I always do. In this case, I'm right, but usually I try and give myself a helping hand and put instructions, just in case I forget. Do you know about the self-mummification that some monks did to themselves? Tell me, Max. So the knowledge I have from mummification outside of the Egyptian mythology and practice came from, there was a mummy exhibit at our Museum of Natural Science, and they had, it was a traveling one, right? So it went to a bunch of different natural science museums and things like that, and they had a ton of mummies that did not come from Egypt. And so there were some, like Bavarian, I think there was a crypt in a castle in Bavaria where a woman and her husband and their child had, I don't know, died of the plague, something. And they were put down in this crypt, and conditions were so perfect that they dried themselves out. Like the liquid was evaporated from the bodies, and so they didn't decompose, they just dried. And the clothing on them is still perfect. Like, it's dry, it's old, but it's in perfect condition. There was no moisture to mess with it. So that's what I do know. So anything outside of that exhibit probably I missed out on. Although I think they do, like in the Andes, there's some sort of accidental mummification just because of their climate. Is what I was going with. All right, I'm going to whip this together a little bit better. It is the right softness. I'm glad I did it those extra 12 seconds in the microwave. And I like this one. Emily's and mine are similar but not the same, and so I'm using hers this time. And I like that it has no eggs and it has no leavening, because then it just makes it a very reliable bake. Because eggs are different sizes, a little bit. And then poofiness changes everything. Especially if you want a shaped cookie, if you want to make a design. And this one I just want to be round, and so I will use a pan that's round, and that will be easy. But if I wanted to make cutout shapes and stuff, this would be better for that, because it's not going to lose the definition as it expands. So I'm going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and some salt. Oh, let me check my audio. Mine shows that it's, can you hear Spotify? Mine says that it's me. It's doing the wireless mic okay. Sorry, Ginger. Yeah, I don't know. The self-mummification was Buddhist, and they fasted, then didn't drink. Does that work? Are they the same ones who can heat themselves up by thinking about it really hard? Because that's pretty cool. I'm probably going to need that half teaspoon back, but I'll get it in a second. Yeah, I don't know about that. About mummies, what in your watch history of films is your favorite monster in a film or show? Good one, Connie. Favorite monster, that's a good one. Like, if it was the favorite mummy, it'd be the one with Rachel Weisz in it, because that had some really creepy scenes, like with the eyes and stuff, but also like a a monster that you could empathize with a little bit. Bora, if you donate 1 kidney, everybody loves you and you're a total hero, but if you donate 5, people start getting upset and asking questions. Accurate. That is, I like that you're getting a little bit dark, Bora, because it makes me laugh. Getting all the vanilla down here. Welcome in, Bora, by the way. Max, audio is fine on your end? Okay. Ginger just came back on. Okay. And so I think I've asked or meant to ask a couple times, can you hear music? Because it didn't come through on the VOD. That's why you do it. It seems to go over decently. Yes. It's what you live for. That's a... You hear no music. Okay. Let me try one thing and see if that fixes it for y'all, but I suspect I know. Hey Jacko, how are you? Max, you can hear music? Bora,
everything is fine. Nothing is ruined.
Thank you. Those work. Those work again. Okay. Max, do you hear my lo-fi music that I usually play? Is that what? It's One Summer's Day from Spirited Away, which I haven't seen in a million years, so I wouldn't recognize it. But testing, you can hear those. Yes, sound alerts, you can hear. Okay, perfect. Thank you for spending your 100 channel points. I can give you that back after stream, if I remember, which is like 50-50. Adam hears no music. Jacko hears it very quietly. Oh, well here. You can hear lo-fi, it is quiet. Okay, how about now? I just messed with it. This is the thing. I took off voice meter, I ruined everything. Then I fixed most things, I thought everything. And so now I control it. Exactly, Boro. Exactly. What were we talking about? You do hear music, okay. So I am controlling it now straight through OBS. And so I don't know, like it's a whole different game. So, okay. Now is the music too loud for anybody? Because those of you who could hear it, so Max could hear it. Max, you were the first person. Oh, but Max and Jacko can hear it. So is it too loud now? Or is it good? And what does everybody think? You can hear it, okay. I can also turn myself up, but when I first plugged this one back in after fixing all the sound issues, I was in the red. And so, but then on VOD yesterday, I didn't sound terrible. I wasn't like blowing everything out, so. Okay, everybody can hear it. You don't listen to music, don't care for it, say you're biased. Boro, I hear you. I turn off music on every video game that I've ever played, and I don't feel bad. I had to reinstall World of Warcraft last night. It was set on updating, and it never came through. And so, of course, you know, you try this and you try that, and I made sure firewall and proxy and blah, 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 everything. And also, by the way, my update for WoW Classic worked, and Irish's update for WoW and WoW Classic worked. So it's not like DMZ stuff. So I tried to fix it. And they're like, well, as a last ditch effort, uninstall and reinstall. So I nuked WoW last night. I reinstalled it this morning and everything works fine, except it lost all of my settings because I nuked it. So the music was on and all the tutorials and all the junk was on. I was like unclicking everything madly. I mean, how often do you really have to uninstall and then re-download and reinstall an application for it to actually just work the way it's supposed to? Those had feelings. Making dinner? No, of course, Warrior Queen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you're just hanging with me. Jocko, it's fine, just fine. Connie, you had to redo most of the scenes in audio every time you get to stream. Are you streaming? Can I shout you out? What are you doing lately? Oh, no, I can't. I have to put the command in. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. Scum? Well, that sounds fun. Do you have a clip we're gonna see? You uninstall and reinstall between playthroughs of a lot of games. Interesting, Boro. No, so no clips. Okay. Well, that's why I didn't play one. No worries. But cool. I play a lot of games and uninstall them because I play a lot of the hidden picture games that take like, I don't know, 8 hours or whatever at max. and they not max U, maximum 8 hours. Sorry. And then I nuke them off my hard drive because my SSD is a little bit small, and so I need room to play the rest of the games. Of course, WoW is 85 gigs, so there's that. When I get to watch you, even if I'm doing other stuff, I enjoy it. Thank you, Warrior Queen. I appreciate that. So y'all have been so kind and encouraging and said that you find watching my stream calming or soothing or those kinds of things. And then my real life friend, was saying that too. She's like, you're just so calming. And I'm like, if you guys could hear what's in my brain, you would not think so. But then I watch my VODs and I'm like, no, that's how I really am. So it's just, it amuses me because I don't ever feel that calm. But something I'm doing is bringing you guys some calmness, and that's really awesome. So it's like, I think I'm doing this thing and I'm doing this thing, and that's totally great. I just rarely see myself as a calm person. I'm usually pushing. I'm pushing myself mostly. Sometimes others around me. Like, do the thing, get the stuff done, stuff. You're overwhelmingly odd. You do a lot of things that most people probably never would. Oh, give me one more, Bora, because I'm with you on the music. Like, I will put a song on and I will listen to it and then I will be done. Everybody else seems to be able to put it on and leave it on forever, and about, I don't know, a little while later, I'm like, turn it off. Everybody loves live music. I'm like, no. I paid for this. I have to sit here the whole time. I'm tired of this, but it's maybe not quite that extreme, but I mean, it very much is. Like, I want to listen to one song and then I'm done. It's a very important song. It's very meaningful. The power of music moves me, but also then I'm done. 345. Let's get this going. And by going, I mean finished. Because we're not baking it today. We'll bake the other stuff. We're gonna do 240, and then we're gonna add the last 100 in a minute. Okay. So I owe myself 245. When I get it right, I owe myself 100 grams of flour. Okay. It's an easy number to remember, hopefully. Skelly, hi! Thank you, Jocko, for saying. And Boro. And Skelly, hey. Thank you all. I love that I can give y'all chill vibes. I truly do that. I mean, I just need to find somebody who can give me chill vibes. And then I'll be like, ah. I love spending time with you guys, though, you know that, so all good. It's just funny when someone keeps saying that you're like a thing that you don't think of yourself as. And then you're like, maybe I am that thing, but it's not one of those self-talk things that you have already. So that's pretty cool. You run virus scans every day as soon as you open your computer and again before you turn it off, and boot scan every weekend. Bora, that's very diligent of you. I'm lazy, but I mean, it's kind of like if you said you flossed after every meal, I'd feel the same way. Like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. I don't, but you're supposed to, and good for you. So you're just doing normal things that you should be doing that a lot of the rest of us don't do, but not because we shouldn't, just because we should and we don't. But that was a cool example. Thank you. Oh, Connie, hydrate. Thank you. I will. It's caffeine free. I hope it's and sugar free, so it'll count as hydrate because I put my canteen somewhere else and I don't know where it is. Good night, Connie. Thank you so much. Definitely get more sleep. 6 hours is barely enough. I mean, for some of you superheroes, you can do it, but I cannot, and I think the more you get, the better. Oh, Boro. Oh, no. The very first time you got online, you got a virus. That's rotten. I mean, that'll definitely color your experience, right? If the first time you ride a roller coaster, somebody falls off, you're never going to ride one again. Like, we all have our traumas, right? They can look different to different people because what traumatizes me won't necessarily traumatize you, or what's been in my past, you know, might have just a different flavor than the same similar things you had in your past, right? So we never really know how much trauma is going to be caused by something that might not bother us, but might bother somebody right next to us, right? What kind of cookies am I making today? Good question, Jacko. I'm right now making a sugar cookie from Emily's recipe, Emily Bake's recipe. I'm going to fridge it. I'm gonna take it to Dallas and make a pie. No, make a pizza. Make a fruit pizza out of it. But then I'm planning on making Anzac biscuits and ginger nut biscuits. They're called biscuits because they're from Australia. So they're cookies, but they're biscuits. And those are my two favorites right now. And I felt like making some self-indulgent choices. If someone fell off a theoretical roller coaster, you'd base it on whether you like that person or not. This is the best roller coaster ever. I'm gonna ride it with everybody else that I don't like. It's very mercenary of you, Boro. I like it. Well done. Just being honest, you're definitely not normal. None of us are really normal, but I know what you mean, and that's okay. We like you not normal. We like you how you are. Keep being you. I mean, everybody. Irish cannot listen to the sound of people eating, including himself. He cannot stand the sound of his own chewing. So, you know, everybody's got their, like, I won't listen to music for more than about 5 minutes. You know, some people can wear high heels all day. What is even with that? You can put up with the pain of like your feet and your calves and your ankles, and okay, you can do cool things that I can't do. So none of us are meant to be the same. Sounds unique. Oh, they are, Jacko. They're I'll show you. The biscuits, the cookies are really good. Normal is just sitting on a washing machine. I'm totally, mine's right there. It is. Also heavy duty. Who wants to be heavy duty? Somebody can be bedding. Someone else can be rinse and spin. This is getting weird. Yeah, if we were settings on the washing machine, somebody could be normal. Otherwise, nah. Not even fun. Normal's boring. You could not agree more. If you're eating alone, you need a TV on because you don't want to hear yourself chew. Okay, so Jocko, you're there with Irish. See, I grew up with 3 sisters, and of course we didn't have a TV on at the table. No, we hardly had the TV on ever. So, or music, which is probably where my inability to listen to it for very long without getting overwhelmed auditorily comes from. But I listened to a lot of people chew. I mean, the only thing was like, chew with your mouth closed. Like, don't be a heathen. I like that. As if God's like, I told you, commandment 11, chew with your mouth closed. I mean, some people need it that way. So, all right, this has come together, and I'm going to just stick it right in plastic wrap and leave it in the fridge for a couple days. Oh, should I freeze it? I should probably freeze it so that I can take it to Dallas without the risk of it getting soft in the car. We'll see. Hello, Annalie. How are you? Bro, you're heavy, so you'll claim that one. You're heavy duty. Somebody was making a point about, yesterday we went to a homeschool thing and they had a porcupine. Somebody said, how big do porcupines get? And the trainer said like 60 pounds. And I was like, that's literally as heavy as my child. Like I have a whole new perspective on weight based on how heavy she gets. She's 60 pounds now. It's crazy. I am the 4th of 3 sisters. Yes, Jacko, I am. There are 4 of us. I feel like I always say it wrong or like give the wrong impression. There are 4 of us, I'm the oldest. So, had lots of good sister antagonism. We didn't grow up with wrestling, like, you know how some families like would physically fight each other and stuff, but we sure knew how to fight with our words. So, and now we all get along, which helps. Open mouth heathen, that's a t-shirt, bumper sticker. That's right. And on the back, it'll just say, chew with your mouth closed. That would be funny. Okay. You have 2 sisters, you're the middle child. Oh. See, because we have 2 middle children, so then it's a different dynamic. 2 and 3 are different than a middle child, right? And so then it's like, Usually the way it was 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4, or 1 and 3 versus 2 and 4. And 1 and 3 versus 2 and 4 lasted for quite a long time. And now 1 and 3 live in Houston and 2 and 4 live in Austin, so probably means nothing, but it is interesting. Emily, how are you? Thank you so much for the emojis. I saw the picture of your monitors on Discord. That was really, really cool. You know, I'm gonna label this. I've gotten myself into enough trouble lately. I would have sworn to you I had a pen, but I do not. August 12th is middle sibling day, but nobody noticed, right? That's a good one. I do hear that from a lot of middles. Sugar cookie dough. And what do I bake it at, since I won't be taking my entire recipe book? 340, fan, 410. For 5 on sheet. All right, let's get that sticky taped onto there, as opposed to the other kind of tape. Ooh, that was brutal, wasn't it? I had stuff stuck on my toes. You're the oldest and not oldest in your family? Emily, you're oldest of your mom's kids, but your dad remarried your stepmom. Have a boy and a girl older than me. That's a really interesting dynamic. Yeah. Did that play out in any particular ways you care to share? That's interesting.
What's up?
Hi, baby.
What's up?
What's up? Come on.
What's up?
Come say hi. Okay. All right, I'm gonna fridge the sugar cookie dough first, and then I'm going to look at your fresh hair. Y'all clean. Sometimes I'm like a lighthouse in the middle of the desert, bright but of not much use. Sure, it's use, just not the normal use, right? A lighthouse in the desert. What do you think? Useful?
I don't think that's useful.
No. Okay. No.
Unless if you got an oasis.
Oasis. There you go. Skelly, 5 sisters, 1 brother. You're the youngin'. Your takeaway: put the lid down or be beheaded. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, why can you not just put it back the way you found it? I would like to know. So you know how to do that. There are people who don't, who shall not be named right now. But if he comes over and does it again, I'm gonna name him on stream. Choco, poor thing.
Someone is asking me.
You?
Everyone
No.
knows me.
Everyone knows you. No, I was saying, who doesn't put the toilet seat down when they come here?
Avery.
Yeah, I didn't name him, so Kiddo had to do it for me.
It's all his fault. I'm gonna break his legs.
That is a little bit of an overreaction. Do you want to show everybody your wolf paws?
Hi.
Pretty cool. Oh, and your tail.
My tail wants to say hi.
Very nice.
I'm grooming it.
You're grooming your tail with a pencil.
It's useful.
It's useful. Okay.
I'm not a flying lemur.
So close, so close.
Nowhere near.
No?
It was in the mammals.
I think if you had your headband on, it would be obvious. What do you think? Actually, I think everybody would think you're a gray fox.
Does this look like flying lemur to you? That's not even a thing.
Yeah, there are. Aren't there? Am I lying to her? I thought there were the lemurs who did like the gliding with the arm flaps.
It's a sugar glider, Mom.
Oh, sugar gliders. Okay, fair enough. You didn't really interact with your family for many years, but you know your siblings clashed a lot. I get that. I get that, Emily. Yeah. Sometimes if you can take a break from them, it's the best.
Yeah, like you've been doing since you moved here.
I've been taking a break from who?
Your siblings.
My siblings. That's because I have a family here. That's different. Well, maybe it's not different. I don't know. I don't want to live with them.
They're not cool.
But Mama was a flying lemur or something. She for sure is.
A werewolf.
No, she's a werewolf. Sorry, guys. And gals
My
and other people's.
Halloween.
It's part of your Halloween costume. I told them about my mummy costume and how I wanted to bake in it, and then Connie very wisely suggested that maybe I shouldn't get strings in all the treats. Because I had strings. I had a string on the back of my shirt from when I was sewing earlier.
That's a good idea.
Good plan. Yeah, good plan.
Mom, you need an Egyptian headdress.
Ooh, an Egyptian headdress. That'd be cool.
Search it up.
I'm not gonna buy one, I'm gonna make one.
You know why?
I'm
Because it's
stubborn.
images of it that
Oh, you can text me the images. I love that idea. Hey, do you know what the golden syrup is?
the what's on.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the golden syrup from the fridge.
You're not gonna
From the-
wonder
from
why
the
I'm
pa-
taking this upstairs.
You don't need a whole roll of Mentos.
I'm taking them for backup.
Back up from what? Boro, that's awesome. A wild dog that practices meditation. A werewolf. Love it. Excuse me, Irish, of course, like teases her and says, oh, you look like a really cute dog. And she's like, that's an insult to werewolves everywhere. And they fight about it, like punch fight. He doesn't punch her, she punches him, and then he grabs her hands. And, you know, I don't know. I feel like see, that wasn't, my dad didn't do that. We didn't, like I said, we didn't really wrestle. And so this whole like, dads like flipping their children around in the air and tossing them down on the air mattress and stuff, like I get freaked out. I'm like, oh, you're gonna break the child. Because we never did that, but they seem to be fine. So everybody else seems fine with it too. Like, oh yeah, that's just how they are. And I'm like, I don't get that. All right, oats, coconut, flour, sugar, butter. Let me see, I mean, coconut is instrumental. So I do have it somewhere, here it is. She couldn't see the golden syrup because I hid it. So that was my bad. Oh, this is, yes, I do have to use the stove. I totally forgot about that. Did I put the sugar away? Soda and oats. Okay. So I'm like staring at my pantry. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Everything is in the way to get to the oats. Like I didn't want myself to have them. Sugar's back here. Good. Okay, so I need a pot, and I didn't set up the camera over here again. So we just won't use it this time either. That's fine. Irish is still in warranty. I love it. I hope so. If he breaks, that'll be problematic. You think with that picture you're out of werewolf jokes? That's a good one though. I like that one. All right. Extra for greasing what? Buttered baking cheese. No, I did it on Silpat. It's fine. Okay, so since we're melting this, I'll use the frozen stick of butter, and that way we'll be good to go. It does say 100 grams, but I know the stick is 113. I mean, I can just scrape a little off. It'll be fine. Hey, Tech. I did it again. Hey, Theater Tech. How are you? How are you doing? How are things? Did you find the tray of brownies? Like, I thought about that again today.
Cookies!
Cookies. Oh, the cookies. Let's see if that's 100. 104. I was so close. 102. 100. Does that mean Ty is still under warranty? Yeah, just break them, see what happens. You can get another one. Goodness, they don't make them like that, do they? Husbands, I don't know, I've only had, well, no, I've had two, but like, I've only had this one for any amount of time, so that's all I know. We're putting in the butter and then the golden syrup. Right, melting. This is not spectacular, and there's nothing really to see here, so unlike the caramel or some of the other stuff we've done. I'm just gonna turn it down low. And we'll put, and this literally is butter, sugar, flour, and salt, yeah. So we'll just add the stuff in because it's got all the same stuff in it. Oh, I need 2 tablespoons of boiling water. I forgot about that. That's okay. We're gonna heat the oven first. Oh, there it is, 320. Gas 2 is not or gas 4. Gas 4 is not a thing for me. So You're in the middle of the fun. You're headed on a rescue mission to San Diego. What? What happened? Who are you rescuing? Oats, 85. Nope. One more. One more gram, not one more oat. Could be one more oat. Theater tech, did you see Kiddo when she came down? She was wearing a Carmen Sandiego shirt, so now that song is stuck in my head. It's funny that you said San Diego. 85 grams of coconut. Ooh, if we don't have enough, just keep trying. We'll make it without it. I think I pulsed them down last time. I don't think I'm going to this time. Oh yeah, we don't nearly have enough. It's okay. Darn. That's what happens when you just do impromptu, like, impulse cookie bakes. It'll be fine. 100 grams of flour. Probably should put something else in for filler, because coconut makes a big difference. Let's put Arrow. No, we just put the sugar cookie dough in the fridge. So this is our next cookie of 3, assuming we get through all 3. So no, welcome in. I'm actually, the counter cam looks really blown out. Let's see if we can fix it. Live in front of a studio audience. OBS is still driving me nuts, but that's okay. Theater Tech, some complete madman decided to get COVID and leave the key to the sound desk with you for TwitchCon, and 14 hours later you're halfway to go unlock it for them. What? You didn't see the kiddo? That's okay. She chose that t-shirt and then you said San Diego. I totally forgot that TwitchCon is this weekend. Goodness. My day's good. It was less good, now it's more good. Not more bid, that would be bad. I don't know. All right, I'm getting more oats because we need stuff. So I'm gonna put 85 worth. So we have mostly oats and some coconut. They won't be quite the same, that'll be all right. Nobody saw. Actually, y'all see me put my hands in all my food all the time. So, all good. Passed Hawaii 30 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. How long is that flight? We flew from Hawaii to Australia the time I went when I was a kid. So, time passes differently when you're a kid. Catching up on paperwork while distracting myself by watching you. I am honored to be your distraction. Thank you. Paperwork though. I don't know. I don't mind paperwork that much if it's like useful. It's if it's, you know, it's busy work, then it's frustrating. All right, 100 grams of flour. Ooh, oh, wow. Just dumping it in. I only need 2 more grams. Waha, nope. Well, there we go. Which is interesting because I'm making Australian cookies today, and aren't you flying from Australia? Sugar. Let's put the sugar in. I've turned the butter down because it otherwise will brown, which might be good, but I want to do it mindfully and not because I left it behind me on the stove and wasn't paying attention. So let's do that. 100 grams of flour. No, I meant sugar. It's the same for both, so that helps, but not a good mistake to make if I were being accurate. Okay, 100 grams. Ooh, there's barely any left. I might be able to retire the bag of sugar. 18 hours from Melbourne to LAX. You have to drive LA to San Diego at 7 p.m. Oh my gosh. Yes, I am making Anzac biscuits, and then I'll be making ginger nuts. So yes. And it's so funny because these two are now my current favorites, and they're both Australian, and they were both recommended to me by people on Twitch from Australia or in New Zealand. Michelle is in New Zealand. Mortdal is in one or the other, and I don't remember because I'm a terrible person. I do know the difference though. At least I know the difference between Australia and New Zealand. So they're super good. Okay, so I need to actually turn on my kettle because I'm gonna need 2 tablespoons of boiling water, and I put the golden syrup. I put the soda in there, and then I put the golden syrup and the butter. Oh, let's see if the golden syrup made it stick. Yeah, it did. Mortdal, you are here. Australia exists, New Zealand is a mythical place. Accurate. I have never actually been to New Zealand. I just know where they are relative to each other and a few of the cultural differences, and that's it. So when I said I know, like it's highly theoretical. All right, boiling water. It was just boiling a second ago, but let's go ahead and put in the golden syrup. I was blaming you for this recipe though, Mortdal, 100%. Cookie, you just want to know you're here listening while you feed the child. Well, thank you. You love your new emoji. Oh, it's pending. Yeah, it will for a minute because it's got letters in it, and it takes a real human to approve the emojis if they have words. I found that out. It takes like ages. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And if you want it colored or anything, Cookie didn't have a rate icon, so I just did a little thing as a placeholder until she can get some of whatever they're gonna do with the channel. I never know. I keep thinking I should change all mine, but it's a lot of work. Okay. Golden syrup in. Stickiness achieved for sure. 2 tablespoons of formerly boiling water, and a teaspoon of bicarb soda, which we call that. That's okay though, I can translate. So wait, what? Take there to what golden syrup? I made it myself. No, it's a pasta jar. Don't you worry, it is a pasta jar. But I made golden syrup on stream once because I keep having to buy Lyle's, and then I was like, it's expensive and imported and all the things, and I love Lyle's, but then I got a recipe, and so I made this. Good question. I don't think we use it for ginger nuts. We do use it for ginger nuts. Never mind, let me get it back out. I named my stove Goethe, so she's ready. So now I can talk about her that way. All right. Soda in, it gets busy. And stir this and then put this in. Oh, it didn't, okay, come on. That's why we have spatulas. Scrape it out. It floofs. I love how it floofs. All right. See? It's like the crema on espresso, except this is butter and sugar, so it's delightful. Penguin, these are Anzac biscuits, and I'm gonna make ginger nuts. I made my sugar cookie dough first and put it in the fridge, but you won't see that because it'll get eaten this weekend, so. All right, so now, Mortdal, you're both British colonies, so the modern history is fairly similar. They just talk funny. Sounds fine. Sounds right. Everybody talks funny. Americans talk funny. I don't know, British have, well, I say British, but it's so many different accents. My kid's like, do a British accent, and I'm like, there's no such thing. We talked about that before. All right, I'm gonna pour this in the middle, just like it said, and stir gently. I'm gonna scrape this pot down though, get all that goodness. We're not leaving butter behind. There we go. And then we stir. Americans don't speak English, we speak Merkin. Hey Tibbs, oh dear. I don't think I want to. I'll speak Texan, okay? Y'all can speak it with me, it'll be good. English simplified, oh Max. British English, the linguistics, not the dialects, right, is just as bad as American English. English itself is a crazy animal, right? I'm fixing to, exactly, Annalie. I almost never say I'm fixing to, but that doesn't mean that sometimes my brain doesn't think it for me. I mean, I've lived here so much of my life, I should, you know, I should be fine with it. I am fine with it. It hasn't come out yet. Y'all came out several years ago, and I was like, oh, finally. Wondered when it was going to get around to doing that, because I absorb what I'm around quite easily. Especially like spoken stuff. So accents and speech patterns and stuff. Theater tech you make your own. Buying Lyle's is extremely expensive. Yes, exactly. Right. No, I have to buy it and pay the import. I mean, not like I don't import it myself, but obviously when it's in the specialty aisle or the specialty store, you're paying for the fact that it's, you know, imported. So, oh, let's turn the burner off. I forget with that one, it's so low I can't see the blue. 8 to 10 in dessert spoonfuls. All right, Mortal's on the hook. How big is a dessert spoonful of mixture in grams of Anzac biscuit dough? Y'all all have that memorized. I'm joking. I'm not that funny, but that's okay. Actually, I'm gonna use my very, sticky, yep, super great. I'm gonna use my tablespoon, measure with golden syrup in it. If you need a 100-gallon barrel, let you know. Just ship one over to me. I mean, I can make it so easily though. It's kind of funny. I was telling my friends they're definitely getting homemade vanilla and golden syrup for Christmas, and they were excited. I was so gratified. I mean, they're friends with me, so it's kind of like they makes sense, but I was super excited. I'm gonna make treacle, but you almost have to burn the sugar, and it makes me nervous, so I'll get there. Annalie, you speak potato. Warrior Queen says you speak yummy. Potatoes are yummy. Well, I don't know, I'm picky. Good potatoes are a vehicle for butter and salt. Roughly 10 grams. I'll weigh these, let's see. Let's see how much we get. You'd be excited about that too? I should send somewhere. Well, I can't send vanilla because of the alcohol content. It's vodka with beans in it. So, you've never heard of golden syrup? Oh, Boro is super common. This is 20 grams. I'm doing them too big. All right, well, just because I'm in Texas, we're gonna have Texas-sized Anzac biscuits then. I do have a 1/2 teaspoon measure. But it's not round, so I won't get my nice little domes. Sour cream, what? Oh yeah. Starch, carb, russet, carb, tater. That's how you speak potato. I do put sour cream in or cream cheese in my mashed potatoes. They're super good. I mean, honestly, wouldn't you just eat butter, cream cheese, salt, all mixed together? Is it just me? It can be just me, that's fine. Mortal, you're awful with measurements. Something calls for cups or spoons or ounces. You just guess. Yeah. And for the most part, until you get to leavening, you can get away with it. I mean, I love the scale for that. And it does the grams and the pounds and ounces. So that's important to me, but not to everybody. Treacle's the same as caramel, only different ingredients. The recipe I read doesn't, I mean, caramel has cream in it, or milk or whatever, and this treacle was basically you burn the golden syrup, except you don't quite burn it, you just get it really super dark. Then you put more sugar in it and don't burn that sugar. Maybe it's kind of like if you take golden syrup and almost burnt golden syrup and mix them together, because the recipe is very interesting. But the one I found at least did not have as much caramel similarity because it didn't have dairy. Okay, I gotta catch up. I have potatoes and ooh, it's moving, chat's moving. I have potatoes and herbed chicken cooking. You never heard of it either. Oh, Warrior Queen. That sounds delicious. Now I'm hungry for chicken. Herbed chicken, love it. Okay, if y'all haven't heard of golden syrup, so you can sub honey for it, but you cook sugar and water slowly down until it's this color, and it does change. Like, as you know, when you cook sugar, it changes flavors, right? And so caramel has that really toasty flavor. It has buttery flavor because it's got butter in it, but it also has that really toasty flavor. If you brown your butter, you know, with the caramel, that kind of thing, you get that nutty flavor in it, that kind of thing. So this is more of like a toasted sugar flavor. And some people think it is more caramelly. I don't think so. I think it has its own flavor, but I had it a lot as a kid, so it might just be that. Wait, cottage cheese or cream cheese? In mashed potatoes, either one is fine. You tend towards savory and not sweet, so you're not surprised. Yeah, Boro, you would not have, if you're not in the UK, or one of its, I don't know, does Canada use golden syrup? I was gonna say one of its stronger cultured colonies, because to me, like, Canada, Australia, New Zealand are the, I don't know. I mean, India has such a great food culture. It definitely was a British colony, but has so much other food stuff going on as well. I don't think golden syrup is as big currently. Do I have a good meatloaf recipe? I do. Do you? Penguin? As far as Anzac biscuits go, the bigger the better. Smaller ones tend to go crunchy. Okay, good, Mortal. I'll make these. These might be double size, so Texas size. We'll do it. I should make a big one. That'd be fun. Boro, thank you for the lesson. I was lecturing. You're right. True. Cream cheese with nutmeg is awesome. See, I have a nutmeg thing. I need to figure out. Like the other day, I added as much nutmeg as I should have in the recipe, even though I didn't want to. And it was pretty nutmeggy, and I liked it, but I just don't know. Maple syrup is Canada. Well, that's true. They do have the trees. So they forewent. Can you forewent something? If you forego it, you forewent it in the past. The golden syrup for the maple syrup. You want some meatloaf? Barbecue meatloaf, that'd be good. Instead of putting ketchup on the top, you just put barbecue sauce on the top, right? You weren't being sarcastic, learning is optimal. Thank you, Boro, I appreciate that. I'm laughing at myself because I am a lecturer. Like, no one's paid me ever to do it. Technically, I could probably get a job teaching freshman English because of my education, but it was never intended to be that way. But I lecture. If I know about something or I'm excited about what I learned about something, you're gonna hear it. Ask my friends. They're like, oh, we just got to hear about something she really cares about that we didn't really care about, but now we know about it. Okay, 10 minutes. Stream Deck is good for something. Have you ever read The Count of Monte Cristo? I have. Have you? By Alexandre Dumas Père, right? The father? Just add pieces of shredded cheddar and bacon. You use barbecue sauce or wrap bacon around it, then barbecue on top. All those things sound good, Warrior Queen. Of course it's delicious. All right. My hand is goopy, so I'm trying to keep it off. One of the longest books you've ever read. It's long. It's good. Well, I mean, come on. She was like bulletproof parchment. You just realized you left a cheesecake in the freezer. I hope it'll be okay. Yeah, it'll be fine, right? I mean, when you cut it, with anything dairy-based, there's the potential after you freeze it that when you cut it, it'll like have segregated into curds, but probably because of the way cheesecakes are emulsified, right? Then you'll be fine. Should be fine. Just text somebody back there. You're the only one that went, right? So text somebody else in the company and tell them to pull it out. All right, we're gonna double. Can you even see? Am I like off again? Goodness. Hangman, did you not like The Count of Monte Cristo? I mean, have you read the Wheel of Time series? It's long, if you're looking for length. Or Game of Thrones, big thick books. How'd I know? Didn't you tell me? Oh. I'm trying. I didn't mean to. All right. Oh, I said I would double it and then I didn't. Here we go. Mush. That'll be nice. Nice big one. I do like it when they're chewy in the middle. That's true. You read The Wheel of Time and most of the Sword of Truth couldn't get Sword of Truth. Like I started and then tapped out. But yeah, they're very long. Shogun. My dad had that on his bookshelf when I was a kid and I remember just looking at the spines. It's a very large book too. Wheel of Time was awesome reads. I gave up about 9. I think they're like, what, 12, 15 right now? Wheel of Time, though, he lost control of his own plot towards the end and then died. I know. Authors. He had it. I mean, he had a lot going on in the series. I don't know as much about him as a person. 14 and done? Oh, 13. Didn't Sanderson take over writing for some of that, I believe, after George R. R. Martin died? George R. R. Martin. No, Jordan. Names are escaping me. I know this. I swear I know this. Robert Jordan. Thank you. George R. R. Martin is Game of Thrones. It actually got better after he died, believe it or not. The new author was less bogged down with grand plans. Yes, I could totally see that. I mean, you definitely get that feeling. I did, at least, in the first books. Like, by the time I'm done, you're gonna need an atlas to know anything about anything at all. I mean, and I liked that world building for a long time. I played a multiplayer RPG, text RPG, before there were MMOs of Wheel of Time, like, built part of a role-playing game around one, but then somebody else built a better one, that kind of thing. Yes, Robert Jordan, yeah. But then Sanderson, didn't Brandon Sanderson, didn't he take it over? The guy who writes, gosh, he writes a lot. Sanderson writes the supernatural investigator one that everybody loves, whose name I can't. Right, I was not prepared for the literary discussion. And I should be. I love to talk about books with everybody. I just didn't. Man, now I'm trying to think. It's an older one, it's pretty good. You had to read it for school. I mean, I assume it's about Japan? Warrior Queen? The last book was okay versus the other books. Now you're looking for 1,800 pages, yeah. Yep. I used to buy hardbacks, like the thickest hardbacks, just so I could get my money's worth. Anne McCaffrey's the book that starts, not the book that she wrote first, the book that, Dragon's Dawn. Very thick. I really loved that series for a long time too. Okay, that's our Anzac biscuit dough. I'm going to move my griddle out of the sink where I strategically posed it to be in the way, because I'm smart. I'm gonna rinse my hands off now that I can, and rinse the counter off of the golden syrup that I put on it. I don't mind ants, but not in the house, please. Actually, I hate fire ants, but I'm Texan, so everybody here hates fire ants. They're jerks. All right, get that kind of cleaned up. Oh, I probably needed that bowl. Let's look at our third cookie and see what we're gonna do. Aside from the slog, you like Wheel of Time? And I go with names either is evident in my D&D and VR clip. I haven't seen that one, Emily. I'll have to look. I'm like, if I don't know. I think maybe if I like know I'm going into a conversation about books, somehow my brain gets into gear better. But when it isn't planned or something, and I'm like, you know, people with the names, and I think it starts with a B, and like, it's not helpful at all. Very good stuff there with in McCaffrey. And she also ended up being written by somebody else, I think her son, as she was getting old. I liked a lot of her stuff. I go back and read some of it and it doesn't hold up as well, but that's okay. I mean, I got a lot of mileage out of it when I was younger. So that's something. Oh, the child left her hair towel down here. Gross. Okay. Ginger nut. We heat this one too. How did I forget both of them do this? That's okay. Ginger. Oh, starts with a G. There it is. Keep all my spices alphabetized to keep myself honest. Jaybird, hello. How are you? How are you feeling? How's the baby? We're just making cookies. I'm gonna get a bowl. We're gonna make ginger nut dough. I have a little bit left. I should bake it off. Yes, I have 3 left. See, I had to label it because ginger nuts are new to me. And I look at those and I'd be like, are they sugar cookies? What are they? Because they look very, there I am. They look very pale, but they're full of ginger. And I actually doubled the ginger. And everyone else who tried the ones that hadn't doubled the ginger were like, no, they're fine, they're gingery. I'm like, no, they're not. So I put twice as much ginger in. 200 grams of butter, which is 2 sticks-ish. I'll measure it. Fine, I'll measure it. Let's see if this is cool enough to put on the, yeah. You know how I own a scale? I put paper on it. That's why I couldn't see it. Mercedes Lackey was very good as a contemporary writer to McCaffrey. Skelly, I will agree with you. And there were some series of Lackeys that I liked, and then the rest of them I didn't, but everybody else did. So it was one of those kinds of things too. But I ended up actually really liking her, what is the protag's name? Diana Turgard series. They're supernatural. But then some weirdo started actually copying the things in her books, which is not okay because there was like the Aztec flaying ritual. Please don't flay people. It's not only illegal, but unethical. Your little good one as well. Your oldest turned 2 today. Happy birthday to him. That's right, his birthday was coming up. You had a party, right? Your mother-in-law made the cupcakes or cake? How did it go? Was it okay? Yeah, it's long warrior queen. See, 2, I like 2. 3 was hard, but 2 is all right. Red, hello, how are you? How's it going? Let me chunk this butter up just because it's frozen. I mean, I can put it in and it'll do the melty thing. You know, fireworks that way, but we'll do it like this. Saturday we celebrated because Grandpa and Grandma came over. Okay, got you, Jay, yes. I look back to people getting flayed ritualistically. Yes, Poro. Ah, cookies. Yes. Oh, they look so good and they smell amazing. So they don't have quite as much coconut as they should because I ran out. But I put more oats in and they're golden brown and they're gonna be super yummy. So I'm gonna put the rest of those in, including our big boy or big girl or big entity of cookiness. And we'll give that another 10. And usually, like, I would have frozen these, but I know we're gonna eat them. It might be me, I might eat them all. You can judge if you like, that's fine. I'm just catching up on all the things. You got to open a few presents and you had lunch at McDonald's, awesome. Sure you loved it. McDonald's, ugh. It's fine, everything's fine. I will freeze most of these. I'll bake off a few ginger nuts and leave the rest for later. 202, I'll take it. How much butter do we have in our countertop one? We have room. I used to have a butter bell, but I go through it fast enough that I prefer to do it like this and then just wash it out. Usually once a week. Works great. A little tired unpacking for a trip to Dallas tomorrow. Yes, we will. Irish will see you there on Saturday, according to him. So that'll be fun. Put the golden syrup in the saucepan as well. Gotcha. 5 tablespoons. I did not mark this in grams. I should. Some might say I'm gonna find a wild fatty. It'll be fun. Oh yes. I'm sure they will have a ridiculous time. If I get called 3 in the morning to come pick them up, I will, but I will be grumpy about it. Yeah, you know, he was playing and able to play pretend with his toy drill and made the sounds. So fun. And usually they're pretty amicable. They're like, wash the dog, okay, let's go. Like by the time they're 5 and 6, they're like, I don't want to do that. Children. Mostly just teasing, mostly. All right, I have a tablespoon measure. Ooh. Well, I have other table. Where'd I put my other one? Fine. We'll use this. I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray it with oil so that it can come off easier, and then I'll just measure how many grams it takes for one, and then we'll do 4 more of that. So pretty. All right, that's a delightfully rotund tablespoon. We're gonna call it 22. Interesting. The biscuit dough was 19. And this was 22. Oh, it's going down the side. That's always good. Oh, so that reminds me, you can taste it. The other thing that you do to make golden syrup is you do put an acid in it, and mine happened to be lemon juice. I put it away. I needed more. Crap. I was so satisfied with my measuring. All right. Okay. So we're gonna call it 110 grams. I might eat some more then. Okay, back to chat. Tired of losing my mind. You'll call way before 3 a.m. Please do. Thank you, Red. Making the bread Irish one. Did Irish need to beat you with some bread? Red, is that, do I need to make baguettes? What's going on? Your wife would beat this too, right? What time is this? I was asleep. I hate my life. If I get woken up, I'm not pleasant. There we go. 110. 111. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. But this has lemon juice in it, so you get acidic and sweet and toasted. Jaybird, these are going to be ginger nut biscuits, which are kind of like a ginger snap, only thicker and chewier. And the ones in the oven, these ones, are Anzac biscuits, which are coconut and oat, golden syrup, sugar, flour. Red. Interesting. Skelly, you should definitely come to Dallas this weekend and join into shenanigans. I'll be sleeping. Are they made out of real gingers? Boro. That's terrible. I hope not. Right? Wouldn't that be a terrible line? I like my gingers like I like my biscuits. No. Right, putting the stove back on. I basically don't need dinner. I've had a piece of tiramisu. I'm gonna eat a bunch of cookies. I'll be done for the day. It'll be great. Is that why you're talking about flaying? Oh, that's, ugh. Yeah, I mean, I love those books. It's brutal. I mean, like, it describes that old Aztec ritual. I think it's Aztec. It might be Mayan. I do often, as I shouldn't, but I do often mess them up. You love tiramisu? I probably can't bring you any, Red, but you can come back to Houston and have some. Hot and ready. That's Caesar, Little Caesars. You keep ducking out to send a joke and come back. That's fine, bro. Doing great. Oh. That was a bad one. I get it now. Your retirement party is Monday. You better get some rest this weekend. I feel like it's going to be a nutty party. Skelly, congrats on retirement. That's awesome. What are you retiring from? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't want to say, that's fine. That's pretty cool though. Well done. Execute order 66. Okay. Heat until almost boiling, remove from heat. That's some deliciousness right there. Sift in flour, baking soda and ginger into large mixing bowl, stir in sugar, make a well in the center. Same kind of deal. I see a theme with our cookie types, so we will put in, how did I didn't even put grams for flour. I mean, I can translate it every time, but I usually mark the recipe immediately. It should be about 560, so. Oh, and I need more sugar. This will be, oh, it's starting to boil. Turning it off. We'll use the rest of what's in the bag, and then we'll get out our fresh container of sugar. Here, good. Well, the butter's still in bits. I'm gonna leave it on low for now and see if we can get the butter melted while we put the rest of this in. So, it says sift. I'm not gonna sift. Now you don't have to deal with people anymore? Uh-oh. Kitchen selling the restaurants. Ooh, 45 years of fun teaching and learning. Sounds amazing. How cool. We're gonna leave it at 540 because the 120, 140 debate in my head, the grams of flour has not yet ended, and I'm just not up for it anymore. Hello, Daniel, how are you? Thank you. I will hydrate with my soda. It's Miller time. I haven't shouted out any of you. I'm so sorry. I can shout y'all out while I'm thinking about it, because I won't think about it again. But let's, hi Darkwood. Soda, I know, I don't know where my canteen is. I find it, but I promise it's sugar-free, caffeine-free soda, so maybe it counts as hydration. It's true. Red and Irish have been playing Driving Together.
Mommy, thank you.
We have Daniel. You can shout out always with the jump scare. Annalie. Who, oh, biscuits. More biscuits. Yum. Okay. So there's the big one. So we'll test that one. This one needs to be at 350. There we go. So I'll do that. My pleasure for the shout outs. Oh, shouting out Annalie. And then who else among you streams and would like a shout out? I'd be happy to. Okay, baking soda. Ginger. How you doing, Daniel? How's your day? I will definitely have to get another container of ginger out. Had to be done. Couldn't waste any of it, so that's 1 teaspoon. Now I get the whole fresh container. And we get 5 more of those because I'm gonna make them the way I like them. I'm the only one that eats them, so it's fine. You good? Today was an okay day minus the headache. You haven't been able to shake. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is rough. Mine was okay until I started streaming, then it got good, so I'm happy. I think I'm gonna whisk this together. It's nice for getting out some of the little lumps. I don't really want to sift it. It's too messy. But I do want it to come together nicely, so whisk it is. I'm going to turn that back up a little bit. And then I will need the sugar next. Oh, did I cut it in half and put it on the back? I didn't. Why do I not have any weight conversions? Surprised at myself. Today is an extravaganza only because I've made, this is my 3rd cookie dough. So we've made sugar cookie dough, which is in the fridge. The big Anzac biscuit isn't ready yet. They're still tender. Hello, John, how are you? So maybe 3 cookie types isn't an extravaganza and I falsely advertised Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm a disappointment. I don't think so. I think you guys like my cookies. I think things are fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do 250 of this. The white stuff. There we go, okay. It's up to speed now. Did you see the fire? That was fun. You probably didn't, I was in the way. We're gonna get 300. Nope. Yep. Okay. I probably used up most of my flour last time with this recipe. This is a lot. I don't remember it being this big, but I did eat a lot of ginger nuts, so it's fine. How are you, John? How are you feeling? You over COVID?
Everything is fine, nothing is ruined.
Thank you, Daniel. I always appreciate that. Always. Okay, a beaten egg. Let's get ourselves a little dish and a little, I found my canteen, it's right here. It just blended in with all the other silver stuff. That's funny. All right. 98% there, got your sense of smell back completely. Laziness is almost gone. Good, I'm so glad, John. It's hard when you keep feeling awful and keep feeling awful. Well, I thought I stirred it. And I was making a well in the middle and it was not stirred thoroughly. There we go, okay. So, sift it, stir in sugar, make it on the center, pour in the beaten egg. And then the syrup and butter. So, here we go. This looks so good. I will scrape it out. Want the goodness. And then, oh yes. All right, moving these in case I knock them off. That would not be super fun. Oh, I'll shout you out, John. I was doing a few shout outs. And then you came in and I will get you. Husband's not here. He's well, Irish is busy. So, like actually HOA business busy, not video game busy. So mods are the only ones who can pull up the, thank you, Red. It didn't, yeah. You want to be a mod, Red? You want the band hammer? There we go. Now we'll get a good clip. Did you clean out all your bad clips?
Holy shit.
Much better. That was much better. You were talking in it. Got to get the authentic thing, you know? Red's judging you, John. All right. This gets thick, so I'm gonna do it by hand. That seems like a lot. I don't know. I just know Irish and Squizzy run out of fuel all the time. This is nice. It's very warm. If you want like a warm Play-Doh that you can then later eat, bake and eat, you should make this. Basically fumes. Then you'll get better on the headache. Yes, yes, that's, headaches can just be a huge kick in the butt. John, are you gonna do an art stream on Sunday by any chance? Just checking. No pressure. This was a little bit dry. I feel like I've done something a little bit wrong from last time. But I'm gonna keep going because it's not too wrong. It's just a little bit dry. This community is awesome. I think so, Skelly. I've never been in a stream where anybody's been rude though in chat. You know, like everybody's pretty much a well-wisher. We're all kind of on the same place, right? Like we're here to have a good, chill time, be cool to each other, you know. So I have a thing that I try very hard to live by. And it is actually a Bible verse, which take that as you will, but it's a good reminder, right? For everybody. It's encourage one another and build each other up. Not just lift each other up, like build each other up. Like be solid about helping make each other like stronger foundationally. I think that's what we're doing. I think that's why we're here. So I appreciate everybody. Yeah, everybody in food and drink is pretty solid, Skelly. I agree. I mean, everybody that I've seen, and certainly the people who I choose to raid and spend time in their channels. You missed Art Stream? Went to a board game cafe today, it was fun. You are well overdue, John. I've missed so many of yours. I missed most of the X-Wing, which is sad, but have board game cafe, what did you play? That's super fun. This weekend, if you do it on Sunday, I might be able to catch it. If you do it on Saturday, there's literally no chance. Actually, no, if you do it on Sunday, maybe I can watch it in the car on the way home. Depends on if I'm driving because Irish is hungover. I'm looking at you, Red. All right. ASMR water, as usual. So many good cookies. I'm just gonna bake off one sheet of these, including the 3 that I have back here that were frozen. And, well, I need to clean off my baking stuff. Oh. You know how you move your cooling racks like a year ago and then you still don't know where they are. All right. Let's put some of these to cool, the Anzacs to cool, and then we can put ginger nuts on. They're all good. Tower Defense Co-op, you fight off orcs and goblins. Oh, how fun, you just survived. That's always good. If you just like skin of your teeth win, love it. There's one, John, if you ever go back, or if you play at a gaming store where they have like a games library, there's one called Forbidden Island. We have it. Me and the kiddo play it. It's hard with 2 players. You almost always lose, but it can be fun. It's like a tile flipping, I don't know, you'd have to look at it. Guilty as charged again, uh-oh. I have expectations, gentlemen. Irish knows. Only issue was it's a board game cafe. A lot of pieces were sticky. Oh no. I swear it was only the golden syrup from my sandwich. Maybe. Okay. Well, I must have shoved my thumb in this one because it's got a divot in it. I'll have to eat that one. And this one because it's a little shaped funny. And this one because it's our test one. And this one because little bits fell off of it. Do you like all my logic? I think I'll take these with me this weekend. And if I don't eat them all in the car, which I really shouldn't because it would make me sick, I'll see if my family likes an Australian staple. All right. Ooh, look, piece fell off. Gotta eat it. I'm just gonna go over here. I have a nice sized kitchen until I'm making everything and everything's everywhere. Okay. Didn't Bill Gates go there? We don't talk about that. I think that's what the game is called though. All right, let's see if these will stick together. They just look a little dry. We'll bake off 3 of the new dough and I'll compare them with 3 of the previous. Which I had flattened to fit into my dish. They're the same color. They're quite, yeah, they seem the same. All right, so since we're getting close, we're totally gonna bake these off for sure and chat a little bit more, but I did wanna say, tomorrow's Irish's birthday. He probably is gonna stream. Me and the kiddo have schools type stuff in the morning. If you can go pop into his stream tomorrow, that would be awesome, I think. I think he would really appreciate that. I don't know what he's planning to do at all, but I'll be streaming early because I'm gonna make his birthday cake and we're gonna go out to dinner. How long do these go on for? I put the cookies on top of the recipe. That's brilliant. Oh no, these are 17. Yes. I remember that. They take so much longer than the other cookies, which is fine. All right. So I'll be on early. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I'll be on to make his cake tomorrow. So if you can stop by and say hi to either one of us, that'd be awesome. But if you can't, that's okay too. Have a cupcake in honor of Irish. All right, the dishwasher cannot be filled because it needs to be run. I'm just gonna put stuff away. This butter definitely can go in the fridge. I feel like I'm about at the point where I need to organize my pantry again because everything has been shoved in. I'm sure we can make it work. Here we go, put the ginger back where the ginger goes. These two. There we go. No cocoa powder fell off the shelves in the making of this stream. All right, I'm going to dish some of this dough into the containers and we'll put it in the freezer. And I'll immediately pull it out, thaw it, and bake more cookies. These are really so much my favorite. If you like ginger snaps or gingerbread, I feel like these are well worth the effort. And like you check them at 10 minutes, or I bake cookies at 350, lots of different kinds, and so I'll bake them together, but then I'll take the other cookies out. These stay in for another 7 to 8. They look like they could be done, but you wait those 7 or 8 minutes and they get dark brown and toasty and they're super good. If I finish this before these are ready, maybe we should see if Gartic is still working. I did test it once. But you know, like Stream Deck works and then doesn't for no reason. Like literally the only thing I did was close and reopen OBS in a period of 24 hours and it stopped working. So who knows? But we could test it anyway. If it's working, it'll be fun. If we're busy, that's okay too. They're just on the cusp of so dry that they won't stick together. It's pretty cool. Oh no. Kelly, can I do a shout out for Iris? I do, of course, absolutely. Thank you for asking. Let's see what comes up. Well, that's not Overwatch 2. That's from today when he said he was gonna go play Overwatch. And then Reese said there's like a 25-minute queue to play the game, like to even log into the game. I think, and he ditched it and raided somebody. I think that's what happened this morning. I was here for part of it, not all of it. My pleasure. Thank you, Skelly. Awesome. He's not family friendly. He's a great guy, but his stream is not quite the same vibe. Still, I'm sure he'll do something fun for his birthday stream. I hope so. He's that guy who's like, oh, really don't need to celebrate my birthday. Of course we do. We just celebrate people. People are awesome. I mean, no people, you know what I mean? But yes, in general, gotta celebrate each other. Appreciate each other. You need some spicy once in a while. He gets pretty spicy. Not in like a lewd way. He just swears a lot, and yells sometimes, you know. Which it took me a long time to realize like that's fine. It's okay if he's swearing and yelling. Maybe I don't need to like intervene and try and calm things down. You know, that's a wife lesson learned. See, wife lesson, life lesson. All right, stuff more in here. There we go. Irish definitely keeps things interesting, I think. I mean, I'm totally biased. While I'm doing this. You mean like a regular gamer? Yeah, exactly. Well, and I didn't realize that I do it until I started playing WoW again. And then I started talking smack and swearing and hollering. Whew. Like I was like, oh, it's me. But I hadn't played WoW in so long. I guess I forgot. because I'm not sure that it was anything new, you know. All right, I'm going to make a note that we are not going to do 640. We're going to do, I can't say the words, but I'm looking at the right numbers. We're going to do 500 grams next time on that flour. It's just, I don't want it to be quite this dry. Again, I'm sure the cookies that are baking will be good. I mean, if not, I have a bunch of dough that's not very good. But I think they'll be fine, so. Just make it a little less worrisome next time. It is funny, food and drink definitely is different than most of the other categories because there's a lot less, I mean, unless something like really problematic with food happens, like burning it or whatever, there's not so much yelling, there's not so much, you know, swearing at what's going on at the situation. So, fair point. We are on a gamer platform. Although in Irish's chat earlier today, I did hear, over here, I guess, people were saying if a new platform came along, because Twitch has gotten really excessive with their ads and things, apparently, that there might be a big migration. What if there was like a food and drink stream platform? That'd be kind of interesting. I wonder what it would be like. All right, I need one more container. I got a lot in here, 2, 4, 6, 14, 16. Not bad. I do eat them 3 at a time though, so they go pretty quickly. Aha, got another dish. These were all lunch meat dishes in a former life. And I just keep washing them until I accidentally melt one in the washer and then in the dishwasher and then they go in the recycle. But lunch meat containers are super handy. And they fit a sandwich because they're basically the size of a piece of bread. So. You agree the ads are brutal lately? Maybe that'll be your retirement job for a food and drink platform. Hey, you start one, I'll come stream on it. Early adopter. I literally have no idea how that works. Like, yes, I am a former computer person, but even at the height of my IT career, making a platform would be beyond me. Using a platform, all over it. Managing the platform. Operations, sure. He's not on a game. He's still on his HOA call, isn't he? Ugh. Poor guy. They're honestly arguing over a budget about plants. Apparently somebody wants to overspend the budget, which you can't do. It's the budget, come on. But about plants in particular, like that's the hill you're gonna die on, is we need more decorative flowers and maybe shrubs or something. I don't get it. Thank you, Skelly. I appreciate that heart. You know I would. You make it, I'll come. I'll do the thing. There we go. The concept you can develop today, no thanks. Yes. That's fair. Well, I mean, and somebody needs to have a vision and needs to keep driving the vision, because once that stops, you get things like, well, we're going to be driven just by the bottom line. Well, yeah, you're going to have more ads and you're going to have less viewers and subscribers and things because people don't want to see ads. Like, we pay extra not to. So then you've gotten away from it immediately from what your original business model was. Like, maybe don't do that if you're doing well. And it still to this day drives me nuts that if companies aren't consistently making like twice as much as they did last year, then they're not doing well. Like, you don't have twice as many paying options like customers. We don't double our potential number of paying customers every year. If we did, we would run out of the room on the earth a little bit faster than we are now. So how can that even make sense? How is that even possible? It's not. Just give everyone chicken wings or veggie sticks. I agree. I am down with that. I was just thinking, yeah, that's good because you got the vegetarian option, the vegan option, yeah, so it's good. Sounds fine. Or maybe like a smoothie option too. All right, almost done. I keep saying, all right, almost done in my head, and then I'm not. I got lots more dough, plenty more dough. How many more minutes do we have? 5. Ooh, we're at 6. 6:04. I thought I just hit 6 o'clock. Excellent. We're in good time. Just dumped it all back out of the disher. That wasn't what I meant to do at all. Silly. All joking aside, might be interesting to research the options for food and drink. It might be. Entrepreneurial spirit is definitely not mine, but I think it is for a lot of people, and I'd love to be like brainstorming with that. Like, how would that work? What would we need? Why do we, how do we target all the things? Be pretty neat. And there's a lot of us. Hello.
Hello.
You just got off the HOA call?
Yep.
I'm so sorry. You need a hug?
It was very productive.
Was it?
Yeah, very, very productive. Is that Ruffles?
Oh, it is. Hey, Ruffles. I just saw you come in.
Man, I thought, you disappeared off the face of the planet.
You
Which
been
would be a
busy?
horrible thing to happen.
That would be sad.
I was just thinking about you last night. I'm like, you know what? I never see Ruffles anymore.
It happens. Yeah. Stuff happens like that. Where you disappear off the face. You die sometimes.
Did you say I died?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, happy reincarnation
I wasn't
to you.
complaining. It's good to see you. Scissors.
Oh, I don't know. They should be in there.
Child.
I mean, maybe it was me.
My birthday's tomorrow, and I asked her if she got me anything, and she said no, because Mom didn't tell her it was my birthday. I thought that was cute.
Uh-huh.
She blames everything.
You don't
on
have to
Mom.
lie to me, Dad. I thought you were dead in a ditch, son.
I mean, there was a little bit of, but I have his
There-
number. I mean,
Oh, you could have texted him.
and he did text me the other night, like 2 a.m. Like, are you up?
And you didn't text back because you were not up.
No. Definitely not.
So I told Red, you can't stay out till 3 or I'll be really grumpy when I have to pick you up.
There's Uber in Dallas.
There is Uber, that's
Is
true.
he in the chat? Is that,
He might not be.
texted me the other day.
Absolutely,
That kid is gonna
John.
be the end of you. John? Blower?
Yep.
What time is it?
We're having an
Oh, it's not
absolute
midnight.
snack. Fine. We're having cookies.
John,
Uh-oh.
the reason you should live in the U.S. is for these.
You can just make them.
It's good stuff.
I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make zebra cakes, which are different. Okay, I gotta wash my hands. Which means I have stolen the microphone so that we cannot hear Irish. He will have to do a mime.
What do you call it?
Well,
Oh, Swiss roll.
yeah. With a cup of tea, absolutely.
Not a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Hi, Cookie.
Hi.
Is your baby all better? Last time I heard from Ginger, right?
Yes.
It's not.
It's not Ginja.
The baby was sick.
Cutie, John.
Or they just spell it
Cutie.
Cutie.
I'm gonna drink. No, can't do it.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Would make it so difficult to stream.
I can only imagine. But hopefully the baby is better and you guys are surviving.
He's doing better. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking like I need to get ready to raid you, but if you're not ready to be raided, we'll hang.
We still, this mystery box, mystery box thing, I
Yes.
still want to do it. It's just, I don't know, just one thing after another.
We'll get there. It's on my list to bug Irish about every so often too.
Hello and good night.
Oh, Kaya, hello and good night to you. Go to sleep, enjoy. As soon as Cookie's ready, we'll raid over to her so we can just hang here for a minute. Like we're all in the hallway outside the classroom and Cookie's.
Oh,
like,
raiding Cookie?
Yeah, we're gonna raid Cookie. On Wednesdays, you know, Mama's there and Hippie's there, and so it's nice to switch between them, but Thursdays, Cookie's on.
Can you give us a preview of what you're gonna make and don't say cookies?
Don't say cookies. 12K away from Pirate Party. Pirate Party should be redeemed.
I redeemed it.
He did, and I made it last Friday, 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah. So what happens when you're in a ditch on fire and you don't watch streams?
Ruffles, you missed it. You redeem Harry Potter. Oh, you don't have enough yet because I upped the thing. Write you about the whipped cream tomorrow. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. Just tips, because the egg tips were super, super helpful. And obviously I need to learn. So thank you, Kaya. I appreciate you so much. So kind to look that stuff up. Multitasking, did Iris say a sneak peek of what we're making? He did. You didn't have to tell us though. We'll see. We'll see. For ourselves. Oh, these go in the freezer. All right, well, I mean, we're not ready to raid anyway because I haven't pulled these cookies out of the oven. But we will in 3 seconds, so okay. There we go. There's only tips in there and no full recipes. Kaya, that's perfect. Because I mean, I use whipped cream and egg whites for a lot of stuff, but like you said, I need to be doing it like properly and not messing myself up. All right, oh yes. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're doing some pumpkin cookie designs, doing them from scratch so everyone can see how we make our cookies. Oh, I love that. Of course I love that. I want to see how you make your cookies. Okay, these are the original recipe ginger nuts. This first one. These are this time. They're pretty obviously different. I obviously use less flour in these. So my assessment, I think, is still correct that, hang on, let me get a cooling rack so it doesn't eventually burn through this mitten. So these obviously are drier, like you can tell just by how they look. So depending on how they taste, I might ditch the dough because these are absolute perfection. These are what I love. You old scoot, I love that, Skelly. I'll tell him that. You're so lucky in Reese's streams you get badass characters. Ooh. What are y'all playing? You want to taste the cookies, Kaya? I would send you some. I don't know if they would make it, but I would definitely try and send you some. These right here, these are, I mean, these are what I have been eating. These are my happy place. I mean, the Anzacs are great. I did say I would try the big boy, the big chewy one, which I will. It's this one. And these have more oats and less coconut because I ran out of coconut, but they're still, the whole idea and the flavor, it's there. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you get butter first with these. Or buttery, not butter, like mouthful of butter, but buttery biscuit, like American biscuit. And then you get the sweet and the oat and the coconut. There was a chewy versus crunchy debate on Anzac biscuits all over the internet, and I have to say chewy is my preference. I love crispy. These are crispy and crunchy, but chewy in the middle. The ginger nuts. What were you guys playing with Reese? I could shout them out and see, huh? Is it CUPS? Last time you bathed in weird substances and this time you died through syringe injection? Oh, I spelled his name wrong. Okay, I couldn't remember. There we go. Thank you, Kaya.
Oh shit. That look good.
The Quarry. I don't remember seeing that one. Interesting. Oh, that's an old one. He plays horror. Oh, that's right. He's doing jump scares, just like Daniel. Classic. I remember hearing him scream, yeah. Funny. Funny, not funny, I don't know. All right. Well, Red's streaming. Squizzy and Dom are screaming. All DCS. We'll wait for Cookie. We're good. We're gonna eat cookies and wait for Cookie Manor to start. Oh, it is October for Scary Games. That's true. Iris, you gotta turn it down. I'm chewing and crunching. These are, Irish likes these a lot too. These are one of his, the take them away from me cookies, like, or I won't stop eating them, so. 2 minutes, okay, we're totally good. Baby boy's going down. Oh, good night, baby boy. I wish, I mean, the kiddo is this tall. I remember when she would sleep on my chest and we would just nap on the couch. And she's like a little heater snuggle bug. I love that. Everyone hated you because you were so flirty. This is interesting, this game. You can't hear me crunching? Oh, thank goodness, Warrior Queen, thank you. Because if anybody could hear it, Irish would. It's one of those, I love you, but I need to go eat in a different room. We did that last night. It's fine. I just hate to, like, be triggery. All right. Definitely dry, but we're gonna try one. No, they're still hot in the middle. He's fighting out hard, but he needs to sleep. No, Mom, I'm really awake. Look, I can stand up in my crib and holler. And I'm gonna pass out. Babies are fun. This is so amazing between Kaya and Warrior Queen. Like, I wanna know more, tell me. What did they say behind everybody's back? It's very, I don't know, it feels a little bit like a teen drama. It's very cool. You know what? Maybe if I had put the other 23 grams or 26 grams of butter in, it would have compensated for the extra flour. They have good flavor. They don't have this texture though, look. So like, this crumbles more. Actually, it doesn't. I can feel this. It's hysterical. Things with the husband were not the best, so then you had to sleep with the chosen one. I see how it is. All right. Is this a psychological drama? Like what kind of game? Horror game? All right, Cookie, we'll see you in just a few minutes. We'll give you just a minute to get everything started. No worries. We can talk about Kaya sleeping around, cheating on her husband. She is live. All right. All the way live? Or starting soon live? Okay. There we go. She is live. It was a horror game, but they kept making drama in the game. That's hilarious. Reese names the characters in the game he plays after people from Twitch. Ah, I see what you're saying. Like Daniel, when he was doing the Cult of the Lamb, we all got to be characters. Like our names were in there too. I think I died several times and got zombified. You're just unlucky to get a character that was really flirty. That's hilarious. Yes, we're gonna go raid Cookie now, my friends. Don't stay if you don't want to, but she's making cookies from scratch, and if you've just watched me do it for 2 hours, maybe you want to watch it for like another hour, and then she's going to decorate hers beautifully. I'm just going to eat them. John, I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hope to see you Sunday. Oh, I'm the new one warrior queen. That's awesome. Remember when going to a different country, bring a key, not to leave it in a pocket where it could fall out and go in between the seats. So you have to get the flight attendant. Theater tech, oh my gosh. You've had a lot. All right, friend. All friends. I'm the quarry, that's hilarious. All right, we're gonna go raid Cookie. I'm gonna be in chat with her for a little while. If y'all wanna come and hang out and chat as well, that'd be awesome. If not, I will see you tomorrow early for Irish's birthday cake stream. I appreciate you all. I have a raid in progress. Irish didn't tell me, but of course I do. Okay. Push the button.